Hi, this is Paul. I want to also, I did a reaction on my other channel, link below in the description box, on Evil Dead Rise. It's a horror movie that came out back in April. Okay, this is again, I guess, a sequel to, the whole Evil Dead franchise. And I definitely, after seeing the trailer and the poster that kind of haunted me, that poster for Evil Dead Rise, I definitely wanted to see it. And finally, I got a chance to, I bought the Blu-ray, I think a couple of weeks ago, and I actually downloaded the movie and watched it and reacted to it. And I have an edited reaction on this channel. And then if you follow the link down below to my Patreon, you'll see my unedited reaction to this movie. And again, this video is going to have spoilers in it for those who haven't seen Evil Dead Rise, in case you want to, in case you want to, check that out. But anyway, the reason, again, I really liked the movie, I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. Okay, because the story is basically essentially about, this family that's, the father left them, that's the mom and her, her teenage son, teenage daughter, preteen daughter. And, they're living in a building that's basically, it's condemned. It's going to get torn down in a month. Okay, and they have to move. And they're, the mom's sister, who's kind of estranged from her, she finds out in the beginning of the movie that she's pregnant, okay? And she kind of comes home to the sister's house to try to, I guess, talk to her and stuff and kind of see, if she could help her and stuff. But, of course, she finds out when she gets there that, her sister's husband has left her and stuff. And the building they're in, they're going to get condemned in a month and they have to move and all this stuff. So her sister has her own issues that she's dealing with, okay? And, of course, the mom sends the kids out to get some pizza, and this is California, so on the way back, there's an earthquake, like kind of a real earthquake where there's like, buildings shaking, all this stuff, and in the basement, where they park the car, the parking garage, I guess, there's like this, the ground is basically opened up, and the teenage son goes down there and he finds, because underneath there used to be a bank, and he finds, the Book of the Dead, or one of the version of the Book of the Dead, and he finds these records, and he takes those back. Even though his sister is yelling at him not to go down there, he goes down there anyway. He grabs that stuff and brings it back up to the apartment, okay? And he starts, he's trying to open the book, and of course he cuts his hand, and there's blood on the thing, which opens up the book, and then he starts playing the records, and it's about a priest telling about the stories about the book and how, the church didn't want them to open up the book, but they did it anyway. Okay, and then of course these spirits, evil, came out and possessed, the priest and all this stuff. And it's basically he's going through, recounting the story how he tried to stop it, and there was basically nothing he could do to stop the evil from coming out, but it came out. Okay, and the reason this movie resonated with me for a lot of reasons is because there was, obviously kids in this movie, and also there's kid neighbors and stuff in this movie. And anytime you have a horror movie and you put kids in danger, that to me that kind of ups the ante, because normally with these horror movies, it's usually like teenagers or young adults that usually wind up getting put in peril and stuff. And it's very rare that you have horror movies where not little kids, but young kids get put in danger. Okay, usually that was not a thing that happened. Okay, so I think that's what kind of made this movie resonate with me a lot, because the kids were put in danger. And in fact, the kids actually, except for one kid, the youngest kid who survived, all the other kids died. Okay, there were neighborhood kids that died because the mom got possessed when the kids started reading the book and stuff, and then she basically spread it to her two oldest kids and to the neighbors and all this stuff. And her sister basically was trying to survive this and take the young girl. They couldn't leave the building because because of the earthquake, the stairs were ruined, so they couldn't go down that way, and the elevator was not reliable and stuff. And it was but again, the thing that made it really resonate with me is because it happened to the mom. She had all these problems, all these issues going on. On top of that, she gets possessed because her dumb son who basically takes the book because he thinks that they could sell it or something. But I think that's what he said. At least that's what he says to his sister when she sees that he has the book, and he says maybe this is something that we could sell. I think it was also curiosity. And again, what's the famous saying? Curiosity killed the cat. Well, it literally killed this family, except for like I said, the youngest girl. the youngest daughter and the mom. And again, the gore was right on point in this movie. Okay, the movie's like hour and 36 minutes, so it's not that long. Okay, and it's basically like the movie is helpless because they kind of let you believe, as they're listening to the records, the aunt starts to listen to the records, and you think maybe there's a way to reverse this or something, maybe. But then you hear the despair in the priest's voice on the record saying basically there's nothing that you could do. That the only thing you can do is basically dismember them and bury them or run. Okay, there's no defeating them. Okay, these demons, and it just took over this family, and you felt so bad for the family because this family had all this bad stuff going on. The father leaving and stuff, and they got to move and all this other, and then they get this basically this demon stuff put on them, and it's just it got to me. It really just got to me about the the kids. And like I said, the kids, you normally think the kids don't get put in danger, but in this movie, yes, they do. Even the neighborhood kids, there's a great scene where they show the mom who they push out of the apartment when she's possessed, and then she basically starts attacking the neighbor kids that live next door, and the guy, and even that old man that has a shotgun, she kills him too. And it's just, and you felt so bad because this woman who was struggling and stuff, she's basically dead, because there's even a scene where she says, when she's like in the tub and she's basically, and they're asking mom, I think the kid, is saying, seeing if she's still there, and she says, "Nah, mommy's down here with the maggots," which is just, it's basically heartbreaking that this family basically got this put upon them. Okay, and that's what this really got to me. And again, the kids basically got killed. The sister got killed. The older sister got killed that told the brother to put the book back, she got killed. The brother got killed. And luckily, like I said, the youngest girl and the sister survived. They after escaping in the elevator and stuff, and literally there was like her mom, her brother, and her sister got made into this like Frankenstein demon that was chasing them in the parking lot, and they finally managed to put them in put this creature in the shredder, and also use a chainsaw on him. But again, the thing that, again, like I said, it got to me was that the kids were in danger, that the kids could die in this movie, and the kids did die horrifically in this movie, which really made it a really up the ante for a horror movie. When you put kids in danger and they actually die, that just really, to me, puts the movie up in, whoa, this is serious, and that's why this movie resonates with me so much. It stuck with me because you have kids in this movie, you expect them to survive, but not in this movie. There was only one kid that really survived in this movie, the youngest kid, and that was just because if the aunt wasn't there, she would have been basically killed and taken over too. But thankfully she was there, and she survived. It's just, and again, it's heartbreaking that this family, that all this things going through it. If this kid didn't just go down there trying to basically find a better way, I guess, for his mom and his family, he picked the wrong book and put the wrong and once he did that, he unleashed these demons on his family, and it was a shame that, because you can see even as he was dying, he was like apologizing, and trying to make sure that his little sister, at that point, because his older sister got taken over, it was young, I guess his middle sister got taken over, and he was trying to make sure at least that the younger sister would survive and stuff. So it's heartbreaking that it happened, and these kids died because of this demon, and there was like nothing that they could do. There was no, usually sometimes in horror movies there's like a silver lining or something they could do to stop the evil, but in this movie, there was nothing that they could literally do. Besides, I think they said either set them on fire, dismemberment, and bury them, okay, or run. That were the option. That was the options and stuff. And luckily, or unluckily, I guess, or well, I think luckily, because the aunt and the youngest kid survived, but they're gonna be traumatized for life. That's just. But anyway, again, that's why that movie, that's why Evil Dead Rise just resonated with me so much. Anyway, let me know what you think of Evil Dead Rise. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Did it stick to you? Did it really break your heart that these kids actually died in this movie? Okay, which really, is something that you don't always see in horror movies. Usually younger kids are safe. Okay, but not in this movie. And it was truly heartbreaking. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. I want to say a special thank you to my patrons. Their names will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say thank you for supporting me, having my back. And again, my patrons, only $5 a month. Tons of content on there. I got movies, Marvel shows, DC shows, The Boys Season 3. Follow link down below to all that unreleased content. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long, and take care.